kitchen making Southern shortcut recipes for you. Today we're going to be making Instant Pot white bean chicken chili with frozen chicken breast and dried beans. It's going to be good. So the first step for making Instant Pot white bean chicken chili is to check the dried beans to make sure there's not any dirt or shriveled beans. So I'm going to pour it in some water, and you can see there might be one or two shriveled that come up. No dirt. So then that looks good. Just going to pour it out. All rinsed and drained. We're basically going to pour everything into the Instant Pot. I have a 6-quart Instant Pot. So we have the beans, frozen chicken breast. I like to use the Food Saver bags. I buy chicken on sale, freezer, save money. So use the Food Saver bag. I put a link down below for the ones that we like. So these are frozen chicken breasts. Just put them in there. So you want 2 or 3 large chicken breasts. It depends on the size, but about 1 1/4 pounds of chicken breast. So we've got 2 ingredients in there, and really we're just going to add all of the rest of the ingredients. The next is a small onion, or you can also, if you like to buy frozen chopped onions, so you don't have to cut it yourself, you can put a cup of frozen onion and you don't even have to thaw it. So here's how I cut an onion, how I chop an onion. Notice I cut it on both sides, and then I use that little bit to pull, and then it just rolls right off. Easy peasy. My next step is I cut it in half and lay it down. Then get your fingers out of the way, and I just slice half pieces. Then you just make slices like this. And cut it up. It's that easy. So I have half of a half cut up. Line these up. They don't have to be perfect. You're holding with your left hand. Gather them all up. To the side. And start again with the other half. Now, there's really not a good way to not cry when you're cutting onions, but one way is to not look directly over them. Another way is to have a very sharp knife, because if you use a dull knife, it tends to break and splatter the juice rather than cut cleanly into it. You can wear goggles if you want to. I have glasses on and I can still see it, but I'm not crying so far. Another thing is to make sure your onions are not old. The fresher the onion, the less I seem to cry. All right, almost done, a little bit left to go. Turn. And we have 1 small chopped onion. If you're using already chopped, it's about a cup and a quarter. So I'm going to just slide that right in the Instant Pot. And you can see everything is just going in there, stacking on top of each other. Okay, the next thing is garlic. So you can use 3 cloves of garlic and mince it up. I like the garlic paste. You can get them in the produce section of the grocery stores. If you want to just use about a teaspoon, that works great, and that's a shortcut. I didn't have to chop that up. You can also use about 3/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. So we're going to use 1 1/2 teaspoons of cumin, ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of oregano, about 1/2 to 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. So you can either use 1 10-ounce can of green enchilada sauce, or you can use 2 cans of green chilies. These used to be 4.5 ounces, and now due to shrinkflation, I guess they're 4 ounces. So I use 2 of them. Just sprinkle those around in there. And then the last ingredients that kind of, as you pour it, it kind of mixes it all up, is 32-ounce carton or 4 cups of chicken broth or stock. So we're just going to pour that in, and you can see how it mixes up. You really don't have to even hardly stir this, but I guess I'll stir to pull those beans up from the bottom. Just a little bit, pretty much done. And the reason I use frozen chicken breast for this recipe, the cooking time matches the cooking time of the dried beans. You could probably use bone-in fresh chicken breast, but if you just use fresh chicken breast boneless, they're going to cook a lot faster than the dried beans. So that's why I use frozen. All right, let's make sure I have all those ingredients. I think I do. So we're going to put the lid on. So again, this is a 6-quart Instant Pot. This is a duo, so I want to be sure and turn this to sealing. If you have the Ultra or some of the others, this already will be sealed. So put your lid on, seal it. We're going to push pressure cook, and we're going to make sure the time says 25 minutes. And on this model, you do nothing, wait for it. It will beep. Now it is coming up to pressure. It'll take about 18 minutes with that amount of liquid in there. 18 minutes to come up to pressure, cook 25 minutes, and then we'll do a natural release of about 10 minutes. And natural release means do nothing, just let it naturally release. Then we'll do a quick release. So what we've done now is let 15 minutes natural release, which means do nothing, just let it naturally release the pressure. So if there's any pressure left, we're going to hit venting. Just a little bit of pressure was in there. You can use your fingers, but you can do this. And the Ultra and others, you push the button down and it releases the pressure. So we'll just wait. I will give you a tip. If you have a counter above your Instant Pot and you don't want that pressure, that steam to get on it, you can just divert the steam a little bit with a towel and it won't get on the cabinets up above. So that's another Instant Pot tip. Metal thing drops, the pressure has released. Ready? There it is. That's how you know when the pressure has released and it's time to open up. Like an R2-D2. So let's let any little bit of liquid drain back in there. And you may not know this, but a lot of these Instant Pots have a handle right there. And that's where we're going to put that. Come on in and look. And this is our white bean chicken chili soup. Look at those chicken breasts that they have cooked. The dried beans are cooked. So what you can do is literally just shred. Look how easily that shreds. You can shred the chicken right here in the pot. Pull it apart. Just awesome. Now that the chicken is shredded, if you want the soup to be a little more creamy, see it's very brothy. If you want it to be a little more creamy, all you have to do is take a potato masher and mash the beans a little bit, and that will make it a little bit creamier without adding any kind of dairy. You can also use a little bit less broth, but I will tell you that the soup will thicken up overnight also. As most soups are, it absolutely gets better the next day. So, I'm going to put this right here. And we've shredded our chicken. Y'all, it looks so good. So I'm going to serve it up. Make sure I get a little bit of everything. Yum! Doesn't that look good? You can put, there's lots of different things you could put on your white bean chicken chili soup. One of my favorites is sour cream. Do a little dollop right there. Monterey Jack cheese or pepper jack cheese. Love that. You can do green onions, or, you know, a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with cilantro. I love it. My husband hates it. So I am going to eat this bowl of soup, so I'm going to put just a little bit of cilantro on the top. Sorry, it's the food stylist in me. I can't help but place it where it looks just right. So I've got my spoon, and I'm going to, I think I'm going to let it cool just a few minutes. But it does look good. We're going to taste it in just a second. Okay, I think it's cooled enough that we can try it. Y'all, that looks so good. Melty, cheesy, lots of chicken. Good cheese pull. Yum. Mmm. So good. So good, y'all. You've got to try this. For this recipe and other Southern Shortcut recipes, go to gritsandgouda.com. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you can get all my latest videos. And I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all. I'm going to get some more of this. Hi y'all, I'm Kathleen, and my kitchen is